Hi everyone, welcome to the channel for a new battle report. This is round 3 of the tournament Winter Siesta. After 2 wins, we got paired against a very good team with Dicebreaker, Ekniles, Goo. They got a solid team. I was paired against the Highborn Elf Goo, a very good player. And yeah, we got to play together this round. So my list changed slightly, just changed the core. I wanted to try out to change the Vassal Levies big unit for Levies and Slaves. Wanted to have a go at the Slaves, thinking maybe a chaff option could be interesting. It's an additional unit on the table, so why not split up those points? And the Levies' main purpose is just to give me tokens and counter-charge option basically. The rest didn't move. My opponent was playing the following list. He has 2 Flyers commanders, so we have a BSB on Regal Dragon. He got a commander on Eagle, who is Master Canary Tower. Then he got very good magic. Asphalt Skora is so strong. Asphalt Skora on the mage with Book of Miladies, so can reroll the first failed cast, which allows him to take a lot of risk while casting. So very strong magic face on Cosmology, and the plus 6 inch is so strong. Also very good channel, so yeah, definitely huge magic face here. Then we got a big block of spears, mid-size unit, Seaguard Archer. We got 5 Raima's Knights, 10 Queensguard, a Seaguard Reaper, 2x2 Chariot, and 2x5 Grey Watcher. So we got, yeah, mixed arm, Highborn Elf list with good range damage. We play all the center on Spearhead, so the Vanguard on the 3 part of the board. Primary clearly to my advantage, and this leads the estimation for me as a positive, because yeah, the center should be mine no matter what. I will have board control. Bad news for me on the secondary. My opponent won the role and elected obviously to be the defender and to take the auto win, conserve the numbers. I got Assassinate, who I picked the boss flank character, thinking if he tries anything with them, I'm likely to take the secondary. Pass to victory. Yeah, for me, board control, focus on the primary, range damage. For him, range damage, avoidance, attack on flanks, find openings. Worth mentioning here for me, I know that his long range magic missiles and shooting could be dangerous for my war machine, so I need to be careful with that. I felt defender is probably better, thinking about secondary. It's going to be a close matchup, so I was expecting that, but my opponent won that. Vanguarding in the center, obviously nice. Starting is also a valid option because you can force the opponent to minimize and with the first turn put a bit of pressure against him. So yeah, there are different game plan here possible, and I think that's going to be the main talking point of this battle report. Definitely the deployment. So we are on deployment. What happened? My opponent won the wall. He take the side with the hill and impassable, where I can hide pretty well. We have a lake in the middle, we have a wall in the middle. I got a lake in my deployment zone, also an impassable and a forest and a wall. I got to start to deploy, and we went back and forth until pretty late. And at some point I had like 2 drops left, and I elected to drop to make him start. I felt since he deployed so far away from me, I was a bit at risk first to be minimized and not do much with my magic. I deploy my mage here in case I would start. I could start on Grey Watcher, but yeah, that wasn't so sexy. And the second thought I got, if I make him start, he's going to take a bit more risk with his mage. I talked about, obviously he can threaten my war machine turn 1, which was the issue. But at the same time, I analyzed the positioning of his scoring unit, and I felt he's going to go within Seaguard and Archer, and that's only 15 men strong unit. As soon as I target them with range damage, obviously he's going to take one of my war machine most likely, but then if I target him in return, it's kind of a bait basically. I can target him with Pyro and then maybe Rocket Battery, kill him, or shooting, kill him. So I felt this could be a nice trap, and the trade-off in terms of point could be to my advantage. So that was an attempt. I think when I had 2 or 3 left, 3 drops left, I elected to drop the first turn. I got Vanguard on the right, he got Vanguard in the center. Here I think multiple option for me. I could have gone heavily right and go more in cover, or play a bit more balance. I tried to go balance to try to be a bit more aggressive. We will analyze maybe later if it was worth it or not. But you see here the deployment of the different unit. Turn 1 of my opponent, yeah, he jumped with the mage inside the unit, push forward to magic my war machine. He's not going to do much. First turn he gets Ice and Fire, got Dispel, he got Thunder and Lightning, but on 3 dice, got that off. But I made 1 or 2 saves, so he did nothing. But he got then Hereditary on 3 dice, which was worth it. He did some wounds, but nothing too crazy. My turn 1, I start to push. I jump with my Lugar. Thought process was I can pretty quickly jump behind the wall and be protected from most of his shooting, and maybe take some board control with my unit. That was a bit the idea, with the support of the single model on the left. Magic Face, I will do 2 wounds with Pyro Flow on the left on the Chariot, but a miscast, kill like 1 or 2 Lugars. I will also get on 3 dice against his 3 dice, Tidal Flame on his Sigurd, which was pretty nice. He dispelled, I don't know what, the Fireball first, and then we got 3 dice, Tidal Flame. But he uses 2 tokens, and I think he suffered no wounds. And I put a Flaming Token on Dragon, basically, which makes the combat against Lugar and Chariot too risky for him. His turn 2, yeah, he starts to push a bit on the right flank to put some pressure, left flank as well. So it's kind of a false aggression. He heals his Chariot in the Magic Phase. I dispel, I think he got Ice and Fire on my Lugar, skill like 3 or 4. And I dispelled the Thunder and Lightning and Hereditary, I think. Or he didn't cast Thunder and Lightning. I think, yeah, he got Heal. He got Ice and Fire, 3 dice, despite my MR. But then I dispel the Hereditary, basically. And then with all the shooting, he killed like 13, 14 Lugars. I had 2 models left. So I didn't expect that at all. And this will quickly stop my push on the left flank, basically, and force me to stay hidden with the other unit, because he's doing so much damage. That was really a strong performance for his unit. My turn 2, yeah, I jump to safety with my mage, try to turn around with my 2 remaining Lugar, but it's hard to push. He has so many units facing me. I cannot really push alone with the Bastion without being threatened on flanks, so I need still to be careful. And here I attempt to push with the Nafta, which to push back his spear, but I'm not sure it was that much worth it. Here I'm again in the open, he can shoot me easily. So maybe it was better to stay in cover. The turn before I had to move that way, the Bastion, to jump with the mage, but the turn before I managed to put some cover for my War Machine, but this turn I'm again in the open, which is obviously a bit risky against Bolt Thrower. He's going to dispel Tidal Flame. I got a nice Pyro Flow, and this is going to be one of the very few opportunities I got. I killed like 6 on the Pyro Flow, and this was a 9 discipline check without reroll, and I felt this could be a bit opportunity, because if my opponent fails it, first of all, there is no reroll, his BSB is right here, and if he fails it, then he's shaken in the middle of the board. The next turn I can go for a push to shoot him and magic him to death, potentially, with the mage. So I'm thinking this could be a nice opportunity, but he passed the check, and then made also dispel on 2 dice against 2 Fireball. And yeah, I'm not going to have much opportunities. Then this turn is push more. I'm going to have a Rocket Battery here, which I felt was a nice opportunity, but I'm only going to do 2 wounds, and then he's going to move back. And you see here, he turned around. He got no missiles anymore, but then turned around to go to safety because he felt the danger and wants to save point. Then my 3, I will murder this unit with Tidal Flame, reroll to wound. But I'm going to take actually nothing, because he's all the time going to heal a little bit. Here you see, heal the Chariot, I push a little. He's so far away from me, then I cannot do much. And basically he went to safety and managed to do wounds on my War Machine. He's going to take it on his turn 6. He took the Lugar as well, and I'm going to be close to take that unit, but I'm not taking even a half. And therefore, I took nothing, basically. I just took nothing, and was too late, too far away to attempt for a push. And it ended up being a 10-10, basically. So, yeah, frustrating game, but it was expected that it's going to be a close game. Like I said, they got already 2 wins before we play our game. He got conserve the numbers. I got automatic win on primary. I expected to take more from distance. Master Pyro plus my shooting, doing 0 points. Was slightly unlucky. My opponent played well to hide, come out and hide, and come out and hide, and play with the range, so I think he did that well. And my attempt to try to make him start, to open a bit the game and try to get him, didn't really work. So yeah, I think logic game plan from HR, it didn't take many risks. I got, like I said, this opportunity on Leadership 9 one time, and the Chariot one time went out, but it's 4+, 2+. Would have been really lucky for me to one-shot them, obviously. So yeah, really hard to take points out of this list with such a good magic face. I think we can discuss a bit about deployment. I think considering the type of game we got, maybe it was better for me to just say, okay, I'm going to put both Lugar hidden, I'm going to take position, and we play a range damage game, and I go mainly into cover. I try to give 0 point, just core the center, and that's about it basically, and make hard for him to come out. maybe drop for first turn to avoid him taking any attempt with the mage, force him to play far away, put my war machine into safety, like that in the backfield to tell him, okay, you cannot really push, there is no chance he can get really the center, and play with the wall and forest and just try to give away 0 point and win 12 based on primary and give away as little as possible. Not that easy. He got very good range damage phase, but maybe it makes it a bit harder for him if I place like my Nafta here and I'm starting, I can move it forward into the forest and force him to really not give any, to have any scoring here that can move forward, put slowly pressure with the Nafta within the forest, get my Lugar behind the wall, get my Bastion here that push slowly, and I just close it and I keep, like I said, maybe just the Vizier on the left, Kadim Charian, they move slowly out of the zone to not get, not give away points basically, and that could have been for me also here a game plan to really close it and say, okay, we're going to play on the primary, secondary, I drop, I start, I push you back and you go away. Maybe that would have been giving away less points, because here Lugars in the open, we saw how quick they died, which I didn't expect to go that fast, but that's how it can be sometimes when you got only a 5-up ward save. Anyway, that's all for this game. Went pretty quick. I didn't went into all the details of who cast what every turn. I don't think it's very interesting. It's more interesting here to analyze on the macro level. Congrats to my opponent. I think he did the game he had to play. He got a negative matchup. Nice opportunity with the defender role, obviously. Played well the drop game, which was very interesting. Deployment phase took quite long, but was really interesting. And then I played a good game. Didn't give me many opportunities. You saw I got 2 opportunities. One with the mage, which was a bit of my bait, and then the chariot on the left one time, and that was it, but it's not much. And in return for that, he was able to take out 2 units and take the 2 points and protect the rest to avoid me taking more. Anyway guys, that's all for this little battle report. I hope you liked it. Despite the lack of action, it's still interesting to analyze on a macro level. Talk to you soon for another one. Goodbye, take care.